No, I'm just recording it.
Oh, so you'll be able to edit?
I don't edit, but I am going to do it. Hey, everybody, I'm JT, and I'm here with my second family, almost first family, because my first family doesn't really like me very much. I'm here with...
Zach Shambles.
Do you know your last name?
No.
Zach.
Mr. Shambles to most people.
About to be Zach Hayes.
Zach Hayes. There you go. And you are?
Pawpaw Brown Sugar. Or Coach Mike Hayes.
Which one do you prefer? I don't know how I feel about being like
on who
Pawpaw.
it is in the context.
I gotcha. Okay.
You know?
If you're going by the hub, it's Pawpaw Brown Sugar.
And you are?
I am Grayson, Colruyt, also very socially awkward, so just a heads up on that.
It's going to be fun.
What a bad dude.
Very, yeah, don't get kicked by him. And we just got done at an awesome training session at...
Trinity.
Martial.
Okay.
Way to sell your gym. Trinity Martial Arts in Pryor, Oklahoma. Home away from home. Really love training here. I really love the crowd, or the group of guys and gals. Everyone's, I mean, just crazy good. And I think it comes a lot from this guy. He won't tell you because he doesn't want to say words. Except that when I turn on the camera, you're like, I don't know if I want to say any words. And you're like, call me Papa Brown Sugar. Yeah. How long have you owned the gym? I know it's been a couple
4 years. Last week, October 4th.
Nice.
Was our official 4 years.
Nice.
Anniversary.
Started in the garage.
Were you there in the garage?
I went and cross-trained quite a bit in the garage.
No, his gym, Dojo, stormed our gym at our second
Whoa.
location.
I own the gym.
Did you walk in and be like, who wants some?
No, basically.
Okay.
I know. Sorry.
He doesn't need to be in it all the time. He literally was like, oh, I don't know about this guy. Now he's changing camera angles. It's okay. You don't really need to see him.
Just a little bit of me is all they need.
That's all it is.
Oh.
It's
Hey.
too much handsome.
Hey, I can't see Grayson's face.
It's okay.
Take your hat off, Grayson. There he is.
There we go.
See?
So,
Sorry. Back.
Dojo Storm.
Yeah.
Has that happened a lot?
That's how I met Zach.
Did
No,
you
but-
set up
okay,
the
so what
Dojo
it
Storm?
was
Did you go at noon?
These two yahoos, right, opened this gym in Pryor, and they're kicking everyone's ass. So there's a gym in Claremore that was owned by two other guys. Anyways, they're like, yeah, we're gonna come over and cross train. They bring their entire gym plus some, and basically Dojo Storm us in a friendly way. But their goal was to basically wreck everybody.
I was getting ready for a tournament, and I was like, I need more bodies to body. And
Yeah, this is a lie. Because one of their guys was like, well, I tapped everybody but the two coaches. Well, one, no shit. Two, that told me right there that they intended to come and basically put us to the test.
Because tapping's what it's all about, right? Getting taps. There's Zach. That's what it's all about to you?
I never get tapped.
Never. Untappable? Is that going to be your nickname?
I do all the tapping. That's my motto since high school. I'm gonna tap everything.
So, after that, did you... I don't really even know where to go from there. Did you just beat his ass? Or were you like, come train him, do striking, and then just start punching him in the face?
I lured him and was striking.
Nice.
That's
You were
all right.
like, you're good at that ground stuff,
Yeah.
but let's get you
Yeah.
good at striking.
That's what got
I wanted a profile picture for Facebook of me punching someone.
That's
Nice.
honest.
Well,
That's honest. That's why I
even if you lose the fight, you win because people see, like, oh man, that guy's a fighter.
Yeah, that's all I want.
kind of hated him.
It's pretty open. He
Through
hated
like
me.
all
Hated?
fight camp. Yeah.
Or
I love him, man.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely.
Is he like
He's a
an
good
adopted
guy.
son?
He's a good guy. No, like he just is a very unique personality. Whatever, Frank Mir. You just don't know him.
Well, we're gonna get into that. We'll get into that.
But, yeah, no, he's just a unique personality. So I had to learn that personality.
I'm a hard person to
'Cause it's
coach.
different from my personality, and which I mean, you run a gym. That's part of it, but it's a very unique personality. So, but I decided I liked him literally fight week of his very first fight.
Nice.
Up to that point, I was like, this kid is a D-bag and he's probably going to get knocked out.
Which almost happened. I weighed
Now-
like 140.
In owning a gym and seeing people come in, what's the one thing you can't teach? What's the one thing you look for in someone? Is it to be coachable? Is it to not to get too deep into it? But it's like when you see people, you're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to help that person at all because they don't want to learn. Or they don't even want to listen, or or they don't have a heart. What is the thing that you look for that draws you to someone to be like, I can do something with them?
That mental fortitude.
That mental fortitude.
All these guys have different physical attributes. I mean, he's a little guy, 125 pounds, right? And then you have freaks of nature like Tater, who isn't that athletic, but his flexibility, karate background, and his IQ, makes him unique in his own
Also,
way.
like,
Then you have
18?
Yeah.
I can do anything at 18.
Yeah.
Grayson is just very athletic, most athletic
Please don't
guy
flex.
I've ever worked with. Then you have guys like Cody, who are a genetic freak. All the technique in the world, but he just smashes people.
What I don't Okay.
So it's
okay.
It's
Quick story time with
it's mental. It's just that mental fortitude. I think if they don't have that, you can't work with anyone.
Mike. Set me up one time. He set me up one time. He goes,
For
"Hey,
a championship title fight main event."
It was. Don't get me wrong, but was the juice worth the squeeze on this? So, everyone was fighting one weekend, and I was in Kansas City doing nothing. So I get a call that, hey, we can't be in two places at one time. Can you come and corner Cody? There's someone else coming down, Brian Carroll. We just want to make sure that stuff's covered. Cool, yeah, no problem. And he goes, I'm not even kidding. I go, maybe even tag the message. Have fun. I know you will. Right? That was the last message I got. And then I'm kind of like, I'm sure it'll be fun, like everything like that. Right? Warming up Cody. Bop, 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 bop. Hitting hard. Technical. Everything's there. He's getting in there. He gets in the zone. I'm like, oh my God. Like I've sparred with Cody. I've done things with Cody. I'm like, man, this dude.
Oh, he's beautiful and on bag, on pads.
I mean, like, this is going to be a technical wizardry that I'm going to witness, right? And I'm in there, and then Cody steps in there, steps in the cage. The other guy, tough dude, and Cody goes, hands. Why do I need to keep those up? And of course, I'm recording it so that the gym can see it, and on his phone. And all you hear me say are knees, knees. Because all he threw that whole fight were hooks. And then he comes back after that first round, weirdly, guys, exhausted. And I look over and the other guy's like, holy shit. I'm exhausted too. I'm throwing hooks too. Look like two shaved white gorillas going at each other. And I go and I'm like, and I have the phone and I'm with him. I'm like, Cody, can you just do one thing for me? Throw a knee. Because he's throwing it and the guy's curled up because he's getting hit with sledgehammers. I don't know where Cody came up with his energy for the second round to do it, right? So he does it, and then at the end of the second, I'm like, and I'm thinking, and it's like I feel like I'm fighting in there because I'm like just yelling, and basically most of the time because I don't have air because I've been yelling knees because the only thing Cody threw were hooks. So he gets dropped. I remember he got dropped in the second. I'm like, ooh, we got dropped with what? A hook, because he was throwing a hook. Oh, geez.
It's soccer bumpers.
Oh, man. So then the third round happens, and I think they're calling the fight because Cody dropped on the ground, right? Because I'm in the middle of just dealing all. I'm like, Cody, get up, get up, get up. I didn't realize that somehow he had bludgeoned the guy across from him nearly to death that the guy couldn't get off his stool. His corner was like, no, we're done. Somehow Cody was just like, technique out the window, raw power. I'm gonna be a piston just in your face. And I made the guy quit. So then I'm like, oh, okay, man, okay. Cody goes in the back and all he is curled up in a corner going, throwing up. And I go, dude, are you okay? And I'm there with one of the little pro wrestlers that was helping me. And he's like he had never been to a fight, never been to a corner, never been nothing. He's just looking shocked that there's this, I mean, he's red too. Like he's beat red because there's just nothing but blood just pumping through his body and puke falling out. Just blah. And I'm like, Cody, are you okay? He goes, it happens after every fight. And I'm like, every time.
He's had what's this, 28 seconds or something ridiculous. He does it every fight, no matter what. 5-rounder or over in the first minute.
It was so effing stressful to deal with that situation. But then for him to go back and be like, no, it's normal, right? He's curled up with a little waste paper, and he won! And he won! So he's in the back, throwing up. So then I I messaged Mike later and I was like, yeah, it was real fun cornering Cody Balboa. I was just gonna see how hard I can hit you and hopefully you go down. I was like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that to me again. That was so stressful. Especially, I mean, like, Cody, and it's like he's acknowledging, yeah, okay, more hooks. But I'm hitting him with hooks. It's
I hear you,
but I'm So yeah, that was Cody Balboa. And also too, how do you go from fighting like 170 to now he's like 225, looking like the Hulk?
His first fights were at heavyweight.
Really?
It was like 230.
Oh, was he?
That's why he hits like a heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
So he hits.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get someone away from something that wins.
Rock him, sock him,
You know,
dude.
like I think 99% of the time when it's blow for blow, he's walking out on top of that.
Oh yeah.
It was just, you know, like
I'm not even gonna lie. Even if he beat me, like I'm fighting him, I'm going back to that locker room and I'm recording him and be like, look what I forced him to do. He's puking. He's hugging a belt, puking. Crazy. So in a weird way, that's a story. I want to bring it to you.
Okay.
To your last fight, right?
Yeah.
Where a UFC, not even UFC anymore, Bellator fighter.
No, he lost too much in the UFC.
UFC heavyweight UFC heavyweight champ.
That was before anyone was good in the heavyweight division.
Gotcha. Threw some shade at you, bro.
He did.
What? So, explain. So you go out there, you're peacocking, you're doing the DX.
Yeah, no, I
sucking,
wasn't doing anything.
You know,
I went out there.
You go just flipping everyone the bird.
Yeah, maybe my cup was bigger than what he thought. I'm not sure. I went out there and I had my head moving. I liked my song that was playing.
What was playing?
I'm sexy and I know it.
Okay.
every time.
So every
Every time.
I'm listening to that in my headphones. Got my head going, because I have to be energetic or else I get my own head and I can't fight. And Frank Mir said I was really, really cocky and I deserved to get beat and all
Was
this
that
other stuff.
before the fight, or was that after?
Before the fight, he was talking about how I'm too cocky and my corner needs to learn to control that.
Wow.
And then he, after I lost,
shots fired.
Which our corner, Jim, and myself, I've never heard that, been accused of that. I've never even had conflict in the ring. Or the only time I ever chewed a referee's ass was Chris.
Yeah.
He's my student. He's my referee. I chewed his ass out like in the middle of the fight. I'm like, that's bullshit, Chris.
I think that was my fight too.
Yeah, and Grayson's in Muskogee too. When he gave Grayson's opponent a 47-second, 10-second count.
Oh, from a
8 count,
clean
yeah.
delivery. Yeah.
Anyways, I love you, Chris. Sorry.
Still a great ref.
Hey, but at that time, he's not Chris. He's the ref.
Right.
Right.
He is.
He's the ref.
He handled it like a pro. He gave me a little acknowledgement, and then he probably would have got on to me had he had to.
What if he
he's
comes up to you and he goes, Mike, you're suspended. Your ass suspended 6 months.
Hey, he is. He's a phenomenal
Dude,
ref
he's great.
and
He's
judge.
great.
Yeah.
But no, Zach, like he is consistent. It's not a show. It's not a persona. It's not an act.
It's not
He's
dickish.
that way every day through
Yeah.
training.
Yep.
Like I said, it took me some time to get used to. This is how this guy processes, right? Cody processes, as an example, right? Fantastic pro, but he gets in a zone and it's almost, he's not smiling, right? Grayson has to get in a zone of either fun or hyper-focused, bite down on your mouth guard, and like this real hard. And Zach processes and retains information by having a much different and looser approach. So that's part of just not being a rigid coach and letting people be themselves. And
Instead of getting in his
style.
face, be like, get angry.
Yeah.
Get
I learned to
angry.
throw my knee.
So he's bobbing his head, which he has done every fight, every grappling fight to win, all his pro grappling events and everything. He has the same headphones on, same song, and he's just basically staying out of his head because he's still a guy. He's still a man, right? And he still fight. And he doesn't do anything to Jimmy, who's his opponent, who's good, man. He doesn't do anything toward Jimmy, to Jimmy, nothing disrespectful. Zach has a tendency the man loves himself, and he loves his nipples.
Yeah.
It's
Every
good luck.
fight, he'll
good
take
luck.
his shirt off and he rubs. He does it at weigh-ins. He gives his opponent and the promoter gummy worms. It's a routine, right? He rubs his nipples. He was facing me and the crowd when he
rubbed
did the
my
nipple
nipples.
thing, right?
Yeah.
So that was it.
Nipples.
And then he turns around, they touch gloves, and we think it's a fight. I mean, Zach, he messed up. He got away from the game plan and he threw it really.
I was winning until then.
But I didn't understand where the arrogance or the cockiness came from, even based off of his actions.
Yeah.
Because
well,
what? Because he didn't walk out mad
Yeah.
in the Chris Lieben style. You know.
It wasn't like literally, because one thing you told me was I was like, man, I really like stomping the corner. Like I stomped my opponent's corner, and you were like, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. And I was like,
Right.
oh, really? And you were like, no, yeah, don't, yeah, no, that's not going. Oh, okay, I guess. Okay, I won't.
I've never heard
I
of
won't
that.
ever do that. Exactly. I thought it was fun to
I'm
do.
gonna start doing that.
Don't do that.
I'm like pretend like I'm peeing in the corner.
just moon it. Just pull your pants down. Right.
Maybe my shorts are pretty short.
Because I watched the fight and I was like, that's the fight. I didn't see anything where he was like, he got up and pushed the ref or pushed the guy and was like, come on, that was this, you robbed me. I didn't see any of
No,
that.
if you watch, they're smiling at each other. They have good exchanges, and there'll be a little smile.
Yeah.
Zach threw a switch kick, and he's like, I think I can land a switch kick, and so he throws it right. And I mean, it just a glancing blow, and he tells Jimmy, he's like, it's this close. It's this close.
Almost
Yeah.
got you.
They're having
Yeah.
fun. It wasn't.
There's ways to say things like almost this close. I was this close. Or I was like,
They were smiling. It's lighthearted as much as a fight.
and I was telling someone this the other day. It's weird because you take like the MMA world and you take like Muay Thai and even like the kickboxing. There's just straight striking. I've been pretty good friends with everyone I've ever really fought, right? And I see my guys that fight MMA, and it turns into whoever wins after it. There's always a weird animosity, or there's some weird ego, or there's something like there was a fluke, or it was everything like that. But in the Muay Thai world, for the most part, because there still is drama and all that stuff, but it's like when you're in there, you're beating the hell out of each other, trying to stop the other guy. But then after it, you become friends, right? It's weird. It's a weird community.
It's a cleaner. It's a lot more respect. It's just a cleaner version of combat sport.
And I think because, and I don't want to say this because it sounds weird, but the Muay Thai community is so small. Like literally,
it's a lot smaller.
In the MMA, literally all you can say is, I want to take an MMA fight, right? And then you can take it. Nothing against MMA fighters.
You fight 13 times in 12 months like Zach.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that it would be different if everyone jumped on that and been like, yeah, that Zach guy, he's a total a-hole. Like I hate, he's always
reasonable.
rude. And well, I mean, like you are in general. I will say most likely that, but fighting, it's like if it's not a consistent thing, then it's like a one-time thing. He just didn't like you.
No, well, I don't like him. Brock Lesnar beat his ass. Twice.
So I should have worn my Frank Mir shirt. That would have been awesome.
Zach's feelings were genuinely hurt.
I used to like Frank Mir. I thought that
Frank
I
Mir's a
followed
great
his daughter in wrestling. Like I really enjoyed, but that was just kind of dickish thing to do.
Did you? So then there was words exchanged.
Yeah, on Twitter we kind of had like a little back and forth on Twitter, which I think is gone now. I think Twitter deleted it.
Well, because you bullied him.
I won.
So right now you're 1-0 against Frank Mir.
I mean, if he wants to come down to 125, yeah.
Dear Lord, yeah. He
if he
eats Zach
loses
for breakfast.
He's gonna dojo.
Man.
He's gonna dojo storm your ass, dude.
Well, then we don't have to pay for a seminar. So.
The first
if you
time
did
they
that?
had him as a guest, it was Grayson's first fight on XFN.
Yeah.
First fight on XFN. I think it was the first time Frank was a guest there, and he walked through, and I was just like, I was caught off guard at how
big
he is.
Big. Yeah.
So.
Well, and that lets you know, like the other guys where he looks small to them, where you're like, oh, like.
Yeah.
You're,
Dear Lord.
Yeah. Insane. You are just coming off a fight, also.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last week? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
You got anything lined up?
Maybe something in November, possibly.
So Grayson has 1, maybe 2 Emmys left,
Okay. Nice.
and then he's gonna take his first paycheck.
That's awesome.
2020, he'll take his
Heck
first
yeah.
paycheck. He's due.
Yeah,
Put in
dude.
the work.
Yeah, dude.
So he's there. I think all but 2 of his opponents are now pro, have moved on and are pro.
Yeah.
All but, maybe
Wow.
1 or 2. Yeah, all but 2.
Wow.
Including the one he just,
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Are you excited about that?
Oh yeah, man. I'm super
Yeah.
excited to get paid to get punch faced and get my face punched.
Yeah. Now, do you want to just stay in the striking, like Muay Thai kickboxing, or move over?
We talked
or-
about this earlier.
I'll dabble with the ground game a little bit.
Just dip
the
your
dude's
toe.
long. Tell him the dude's
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the idea of it excites me, but if it doesn't excite him, then it's not.
Grayson T City all day.
It's not really a worthy cause. I flirted with the idea with him. He just,
See, what if you just did like a little bit of training and see if you liked a grappling tournament or something like that?
Like an AGF or something?
Just something, just do it and see if you liked it. I try to get my guys to do a grappling tournament, a Muay Thai fight, and if they utterly don't, if they shit the bed on both, it's like I can't have you get in there where there's so many different ways to lose and so many ways to get hurt. More likely than get hurt, right? If you can't handle the pressure of a grappling tournament where there's 10 people and a Muay Thai fight where maybe there's 100 people, what are you gonna do when you're in shorts, small gloves, and in a cage? Well, that's cool. That would be. What is your favorite moment of a fight? If you can, I know I'm putting you on the spot. What's your favorite moment? Or because you've done a lot of grappling too, right? You've done combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Right.
First one in Oklahoma.
What's yours? I'll say yours too.
No, the combat jiu-jitsu. I just love fight camp in general. I love the fights, coaching them, unless my guys piss me off, which is only when they don't listen. But
okay, so to get into that vein real quick, not listening is the number one thing for you.
Yes.
But that can be broadened into showing up, running your miles, eating right. Like that's listening, right? Like listen to those things, right? So that's the most important thing to you is like listening.
Yeah. When we put a game plan together, especially my more experienced guys, my O&Os or my first 3-4 fights, your first couple fights, you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
You don't.
It's rock'em sock'em.
It's muscle memory. It's reactionary responses based off drilling and rounds.
Yeah.
But I know I interjected there, but
no, you're good.
I loved combat jiu-jitsu. Like more than anything I've ever coached.
Really?
It was hilarious.
Why? Why was it?
Because it's fun. Because I'd love to see someone get knocked out by a slap.
Yeah.
But Zach won. But I was dying laughing, watching him get the absolute piss just slapped out of him by a grown man. Like, had it been different, Zach was getting ground and pounded, I'd have been worried, concerned.
Yeah.
But Zach's literally just taking he's getting molested by a palm.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. The whole thing was just hilarious. And the guy that he beat is like a 4-1 LFA pro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
wow.
He beat him in the combat jiu-jitsu, but he's 4-1 in LFA as a pro, so in MMA. So that was fun.
Well, what'd you get him with?
Heel hook.
Those don't work.
They don't. Actually, the promoters told us beforehand you can go for leg locks, but it will probably end in a TKO. And almost did end up in a TKO.
He was not entirely wrong.
I mean, he was just bam, bam. In the middle of the match, I was like, I gotta readjust.
Take that, Frank Mir. Right?
Heel hooks.
Frank Mir, have you ever done a combat jiu-jitsu? You win this one, buddy. You win this one. Would you ever do that?
Give me a few months of training, and then
years.
we'll try
it, but years.
It's definitely weird, like just rolling jiu-jitsu, and then you add strikes into it, just straight strikes, where it's like, oh, wow, that does not really work because both my hands are doing this thing where I can be getting punched in the face.
Right.
I feel like bottom position is just not great for MMA because you just get. I think that unless you're A-level champ.
Our concept, gym wise.
Yeah.
If you're on your butt or your back, you're losing the fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Sub or not, up to that point, you were losing. So.
Have you ever had anyone do a Sanshou fight?
No.
No? That'd be fun. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. Where it's like kickboxing, but with any throws.
Yeah. No.
No,
it'd be fun.
No.
It'd be fun.
I would do that.
You would do anything, dude. You're like fighting all the time, man.
Yeah.
How many fights do you want to have before you decide on maybe possibly going pro?
Oh, I do whatever he tells me to do.
So what's that gonna do?
He's just currently seeking the best possible Facebook profile picture.
Yeah, that's the only reason I started this was for a profile picture.
Motto. And the sad thing is, I think it's like it started out as 100% true, and it's probably still like 80% true.
Are you at home where you're sitting on your computer like, no, not that one.
No one ever takes pictures of me.
No, he's like, I want a cool profile picture, and then he wins. Then he's like, I kind of like this. I'm kind of good at it. I'll quit when I get a profile picture with a belt.
The belt's done.
So,
it's going, and I'll finish up with this. What is the most fun you've ever had, other than the combat jiu-jitsu, cornering? What's the most fun you've ever had? What's been the most exciting?
Man, we fought together a lot. Come back to me on that one.
Gotcha.
Buffalo Run, my last fight. I think I sold 70 tickets by myself.
Nice.
It was my mom's first time watching me.
Nice.
And I won in like 21 seconds.
Yeah, it's Oklahoma record by sub.
Oh, cool.
Victory by sub.
Standing rear naked choke. I literally like spider monkeyed the guy. I didn't get hit at all. He had to get stitches. It was fantastic.
Nice.
So now my mom thinks that's how MMA fights go for me, which isn't true.
You kind of set the bar.
Yeah.
Like I gotta do that every time now.
And that was actually his first one at 125.
Yes.
And which is what he's supposed to be at. He took it at 125, but it's MMA, right? So it's going to change opponents 5 times, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That was his first one at 125. And keep in mind, he started at 245 or 235.
235 was the most I ever weighed.
Yeah, so he's down 110 pounds.
Yeah.
Dang, that's awesome.
I had the best set of man tits you will ever see.
You said some nice moves.
Like, I could.
Is that
lick
why you
them.
pinch your nipples? Because you just had them and then you like just right down.
Yeah, well, I'm upset that I can't lick them anymore.
Now that, I don't know, that would be, I could definitely see Frank Mir being like, this is the weirdest cat if you just took your
Too
titty.
much.
If you just
Too
took your
much.
titty and were like,
He's getting up there in weight. I bet he could do it. Roy Nelson's gonna get on him. Don't worry.
What about when you cornered me? Did you have fun cornering me?
Yes, that was probably, I think I said it that night. Outside of, who doing what, Mr. DJ.
Can we tell that story? Can we tell that story? We'll finish.
I died laughing.
We'll finish that story.
I had a blast, and I had a blast with Joey fought that night. I loved that fight because we got like a last minute replacement, and Joey was getting all he could handle. And old dude throws his shoulder all the way out, or else it's going to be a really good fight.
That was my guy.
Had a lot of fun. Yeah. So I tell Zach, I'm like, hey, you're coaching a guy Saturday, okay? He's like, oh, okay, what do I do? Just show up, you're coaching a guy.
Well, because I remember that where Ty was like, hey, I just got to fill this card. Will you fight? He goes, will you fight Joe? Will we fight Joey? I said, I'll do an exhibition. I don't want to, that's weird. I don't want to do that. So I was half training, just kind of like, so I wouldn't look like a total complete slob in there. But then I'm also thinking like, I'm gonna hit him, right? We're in there. We got to put on a show. Like I hope he realizes it's gonna be this close to a fight. Like we're gonna not knock each other out, but we're gonna put on a show. Like that's the whole point of putting on a show.
And you did put on a show. It's one of my favorite fights of all time.
Ever.
I loved it.
Ever.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Ever.
Thank you.
Yes.
That guy was so
in between
confident.
rounds was hilarious. That was fun.
So-
entertaining. I wish I had that recorded.
To build the story. So then I get a call from Ty. He's like, hey, I'm scratching the exhibition match. Do you want to take this fight? And I was like, he didn't even tell me the record.
Yeah,
And
JW Kaiser, right?
No, that's the guy up in KC.
Klein, something like that.
Jason Klein.
Yeah.
Jason
Monster.
Klein.
Dude's a monster.
And he goes, he's out of Texas, and at that point I just said, let's run it or whatever. And then I sent it and went, oh, because then I'm like, no going back now. So then I didn't even like talk about it with the wife or anything. I was just in one of those moods where I was just like, well, in a weird way, so much had been going wrong that it was like, why not? Let's pile that book on top of this stack and I'll just carry everything. So then the wife got home and I went, I'm fighting in like 2 weeks in Oklahoma. And she goes, what? And I go, yeah, Ty needs me to take a fight, or just needs to fill the. I was like, I'll take it. So, and it actually ended up being better because I didn't have time to think about it. I just went, and then I get there, and Ty goes, oh, by the way, it's not 3 2-minute rounds. It's 5 2-minute rounds, which comes into the fact that I'm fighting a grizzly. Like, it's basically 2 shaved large animals, whatever you want to call it, like any type. Just pick a large mammal, and it was 2 of us in there slugging at each other. And I get back into my corner, and in my mind, this is how I'm breathing. Man, doing good. And Mike's like, breathe. This is what happened after the second round. And Mike's like, nice and calm, which was pissing me off at the time. I see, he's like, baby, breathe. Just gotta breathe. In your nose, out your mouth.
Sugar right there.
In your nose, out your mouth. And I'm like, I'm trying. And he's like, no, it's okay. In your nose, out your mouth. And I'm like, but it hurts more. And he was like, it's the way you're doing it's gonna hurt. Like, in a weird way, having this conversation, right? And going, hey, that overhand, don't throw the overhand anymore. Let's try something different. And then
he was like 6 inches taller than you.
yeah, he was big and like 6'4".
Yeah.
It was about to fight in glory, because I talked to him after it. You know, like I said, nice dude, handed me a beer. We talked about it, and it was
cut off jean jacket.
I mean, a beautiful mustache, beautiful stat. Like, dude came ready, right? And it was funny because my guys were like, don't be nice. You cannot be nice. Because I'm always nice in class and practice. I'm always nice. And so he had his knee wrapped up. And Donnell and JPH, when they looked at him across, because we were waiting to do the entrances, and he looks, and they both look at me and they go, you kick that leg as hard as you fucking can. Like, they're like, kill that leg. Later on, found out that he had injured it, and they couldn't take the fight that he was going to at Glory. Was taking this fight to get him to ready for the next, basically keeping him warm for his next fight, which he was going to do. And then I remember, because Ty had always said this, and you had said this too, is roll back over that top rope to see how strong they are. And I roll, and I keep rolling, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun, because I'm like, I'm looking, you can see me, and I'm like, ooh, like, ooh,
Still going.
ooh, yeah, like I should be stopping at this point right now. And it ended up being a blast. But after it, I was like, my lungs hurt so bad. And after it, I was like, Mike, you're the best. Thank you, I really appreciate you. You're a great coach. All this stuff. But I'm like, I fucking hate you, because you were like, just breathe. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm dying out here. Like, I wanted to be like that R. Kelly thing where it's like, we're dying out here. It killed me. But last story, and then I really appreciate you guys staying and doing this, because we don't often get this time to talk. So there was a DJ for this fight in Oklahoma, and this made me this boosted Mike's standing in my eyes by like 30 points, because it's brilliant, dude. I don't think you've heard this story. Maybe you have. I don't know.
Was that the Muskogee fight?
This was at the Muskogee fight. So the DJ comes up and says, write down your song. Right, or pick a song or whatever, right? It was weigh-ins, right? Because they had a little press conference, they did a little thing, and this MC starts taking over like the thing, like MCing it really, when he's just like, no, don't do that. So there's 10 fights, right? 20 songs. Let's just say 20 songs. 20 songs. How long do you think it would take you to put 20 songs just on a playlist?
I mean, we're back from the CD, ripping them on CD days, man.
Right?
20 minutes and in, yeah.
So Ty goes, hey, everyone get the gloves, blah, 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 does all the things, and this DJ goes, whoa, everybody stop what you're doing. And I'm there with my corner, and Mike's over here, and he goes, I just want to let you guys know, it took me 6 hours to load these songs. You know what I charge an hour? $600. It was something crazy, right?
I don't know.
And he goes,
his speech was like 20 minutes long and just ranting.
Ranting, and we're all getting, like, we've all literally have, like, he's called my name, he's called my opponent's name, he's called everyone's like, we're all looking at each other, getting gloves, getting elbow, getting all this stuff, right? So we're all trying to get in the zone, and he goes, whoa, real quick, I have to talk. So he goes, and I don't think he understood how this world works of amateur fighting, is he goes, "You're lucky I don't bill the promoter, and then the promoter bills your coaches." And everyone is like, And the best part is my buddy JPH, who has no filter, love the dude. He's one of my best friends. Goes, brilliantly, "Isn't that your job?" But not like that loud, but just like literally asking a question about like, how are we at this stage right now? Like, isn't that your job? Like, isn't that his job? Like guys, right? Like, why are we having this conversation about 20 songs? Yeah. So he goes,
and most get it the night of. After physicals, right? You guys usually turn in your walkout songs after physicals.
Yeah.
You know,
it doesn't.
That way we could just get into the
like an hour before the fight.
Yeah. And if it's 6 hours, like, what are you working on? On DOS? You got floppy disk? You got floppy disk? What are we working with right here? Right? LimeWire? Exactly. Napster? He's on old Napster. But so we break, and our group starts walking back to our group, and we hear, "Hey, hey, hey," and we all turn and we're like, "Who said that?" And I'm like, "Who said what?" He was like, "Who said that that's my job?" Right? And JPH is about to raise his hand, and Mike goes, "We all did."
Yes.
And he's like, he's like, "We gotta get ready for fights. You just go, like, and shoot him away." And he's like, but he's about to be like, "Oh, well, you guys," like about to say, like, "You guys won't have songs. I'll pull your guys' song." He's like, "No, you need to go." Like, it was the most dismissive of someone who had no right, because he was about to come in and swing in.
He was in our locker room.
Yeah, he was in there. Right? It was
the dungeon locker room.
The dungeon, dude. It was awesome. But it was just so funny for Mike to be like, is like everybody. Like, he was like, he threw a verbal overhand right, and he just went, like, couldn't get out the words. He was so upset about what you said, and he was like, "Hey, we gotta get ready. You need to go. Like, you just need to leave." And like, it was so fun. And JPH and I were like, oh, I mean, just to be completely dismissed, because it didn't matter. Yeah. I bought everything, it didn't matter. But my stock and Mike went up like 10 points because it was so deadpan, right on cue, where he was like, "Who said that?" Everybody. Like, "You want to take all your stuff."
Yeah, you don't get a fight to the promoter, and we were like, okay. Let us know how that works out.
And then they ended up blowing all the fuses. You remember? Do you remember that? All the fuses, fucking stuff in. They blew all the fuses.
That was right before Joey's fight. Something happened before Joey's fight, and then it took like 15 minutes to get it to go.
Well, after me and Jason
broke the ring.
They had to fix the fourth rope, so that took a little bit of time. I don't think we should be blamed for all of it, because there was like 2 fights after it. But I remember Beecher, the ref, when he was like, "Guys, like literally stop and be like, hey guys, come on,
easy on the ropes."
Yeah, because there's one part where I start wandering, like going towards it, right, and he comes at me, and we're both like, whoa, we're knocking each other's blocks off, but we both stop and we're like, okay, let's take 2 steps away from this, because it's not going to be.
At one point, he's grabbing the rope and pulling with his foot on the other rope.
Yeah, you had to. But yeah, that was a blast. I've had a lot of good times with you guys, and I appreciate you guys letting me talk to you and doing all this. Pimp your next fight.
Batesville, Arkansas for
Pyramid
fighting championship.
Do you just want to pin his neck? Do you want to? Because
I literally fight. If he tells me to fight tomorrow, I'm gonna make the weight.
You're fighting
Foster, Austin Foster, or something like that.
And you
better make weight.
What? Number 2 by walkout. Is he?
Yeah, no, he's number 2 by walkout and Pyramid.
Yeah.
You also got 16-year-old kid named Tank. Met him today.
So it's Hayden Gibson, right?
Okay.
But I genuinely went to text him this morning to bitch at him about being late. And I do this every time I have to get into contact with him. I type Tank in my phone, but it's actually Hayden. Good kid. He's a little guy, 105 pounds. Well, 115 pounds, but fights at 105.
Yeah.
So
he came in. He was like, "I didn't know we were supposed to be here early." You know.
He's a good kid. Man.
Yeah, dude. I think he's got a bright future ahead of himself, especially if he listens to you guys.
Tank next weekend in Ardmore, NJ Finley. Next weekend Ardmore again. Another title event. Or another title fight, main event
Did you already have the fights in Dewey?
Yes. Yeah, he got destroyed
Oh, okay.
by someone he had a really good fight with previously.
Yeah. That guy was coming off some rust, right? That guy had taken No, was it?
Devin's active.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Okay.
Grayson's fought Devin
Oh,
too.
okay.
They had a real good fight.
Yeah.
Grayson and Devin did. No, Devin's a talented cat. But anyway, yeah, Jay's next weekend too. So Jay, if you watch this, you already know this, so I'm not really talking to you. But Jay's his own worst enemy.
Mhm.
Jay's dropped from heavyweight down to 170, so middleweight. He's changed his style, so he has a lot of potential, but it's all upstairs right now. We get him through that, and he's going to be a dangerous guy.
I agree
And then
100%.
Grayson's, we're shooting November for him.
Nice.
Like I said, November. Then we might have one more or so, maybe an AMI title shot
Gotcha.
or something.
That'd be cool.
And then
Would definitely be.
then we're gonna get that check.
That's awesome. And you're officially challenging Frank Mir to a 10-minute submission only match.
Yeah, I'm done.
Combat jiu-jitsu.
I mean, I'm undefeated in pro jiu-jitsu.
There you go. That was one thing I was going to ask real quick. You're a pro jiu-jitsu fighter.
I'm undefeated in like 3 years. I think my official record in jiu-jitsu is like 106-12 or something like that.
Jeez. But you wrestled for a long time too.
I tried.
You tried? Well, you still did it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
It kind of matters how it went, but whatever.
Yeah.
I've been JT. This has been my Trinity family. We got Zach, we got Coach Mike, and we got Grayson. Appreciate all three of you. And I wish the other ones could have been here, but they missed out. So thanks. Anything else you guys want to say?
Love you. Thanks for coming
Oh,
down.
no,
Always
love you
a good
guys.
time.
Aw.
Always a good time.
Sugar. Papa
Brown sugar.
Papa Brown
Unless
sugar.
you're getting dumped over and over again.
Sometimes you gotta get dumped, but at least you got to experience it.
Normally, I'm the one doing the.
Hayden, real quick, and then the little 16-year-old kid came up to me, and Grayson was there, and he goes, "Hey, I get dumped really easily," and I was like, "Hey, don't ever tell me that. That's all. That's what we're gonna do all day.
Right.
We're gonna do that all day." So, anyways, really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.